Allergan, the makers of Juvederm, were delighted to be asked by CEW to come and explain some of the effects of hyaluronic acid, particularly the effects of Juvederm in the skin and the advantages that injections can have to reversing the aging process and where it fits within our everyday beauty regimes.
I'd just like to say that great skin is not about looking 18 when you're 80. And our distinguished panel today, headed by Vivian Parry, a writer, a broadcaster, and a scientist, Dr. Tracy Mountford, and of course Margot Marone. That's our wonderful panel.
You can tell what is the hottest science of the moment by looking at beauty adverts. Beauty reflects science, and indeed, as our esteemed chair said, a lot of the products are dependent on science.
Now, what's unique about HA is that the sugar molecules link together to form a very, very long chain. They're able to take up a lot of water. So each single molecule of HA can take up to 65 molecules of water, which means that when the molecules are hydrated, they swell to 1,000 times their usual volume. It has the effect of plumping the skin and moisturizing it from within. That as we age, HA decreases in our bodies. So in a young person, the levels of all gags are much higher. And as we age, the levels come down. Now, there's several ways that you can incorporate HA into your anti-aging routine. The first one, ingested. The second way is topical, and the third way, injected.
The impact of the loss of hyaluronic acid on our skin is very significant. The triangle of use is very well understood in cosmetic medicine, which is that when we're young, we tend to have a wide cheekbone area that goes down to this lovely, narrow chin. But because of volume loss, muscular use of the face, we age. And that triangle starts, instead of being like this, it starts to become more of an oblong. We lose our cheek volume, we get wider in the jowl, and it's that kind of thing that we associate with aging. But actually, when we perceive ourselves to be sagging and drooping, actually most of that, for the first sort of 8 years or so, is due to just volume loss in the face. So why do we use hyaluronic acid again? This was touched on. We use it because large molecular weight hyaluronic acid cannot cross the skin, and that was said earlier. It has to be injected in the meat to deep dermal layers in order to lift the skin, volumize the skin, and address the aging process. So the results of these things are instant. People can literally walk out of the clinic looking fresher and better immediately, and they're very high quality results. And I think most people would agree that they're cost effective as well.
We've heard from Dr. Tracy Mountford, who is a doctor specialising in using hyaluronic acid as an injectable. And we've also heard from Margot Marone of the Organic Pharmacy, and she very much concentrates on the use of hyaluronic acid in cosmetics.
Yes, we use Juvederm Ultra significantly in our clinic. There's probably about 50% of our injectable fillers are hyaluronic acids, and Juvederm is one of those products we'll use routinely for patients. So we would use Juvederm particularly for lip augmentation, where it's very comfortable because it contains lidocaine. It's a very, very comfortable treatment experience with really supernatural instant results.